Welcome to my channel. Today I have 6 wood projects and we are going to begin with the first one right now. For this one I have this stick. I got this at Home Depot. I was doing some projects around the house and this was left over. So I'm gonna give this 2 coats with black chalk paint and then I'm gonna put that to the side, and now I have these 2 beautiful picture frames. I got this also at Dollar Tree. All I'm doing is just tracing these raised section, and I am going to just pass this dabbing brush or sponge brush only one time because I don't want it to smear the rest of the frame, and I'm gonna do that to both of them. And these here, I went to Timo and I saw these and I'm like, I gotta order them. Look at how gorgeous they come, so many of them. I forgot to count them, but yeah, there's this one that I am going to be using, and look at how gorgeous they are. I love it. And of course I am going to be using 2 of them, and I think these 2 are my favorite for now. I'm gonna go ahead and cut them to that size, which is the 4x6, and yeah, I'm gonna do that to both of them. And then of course I'm gonna be inserting them inside the frame. And my dear friends, today is What Would You Make? And today's video, it is part of an open collaboration. These young ladies have invited me to be the guest host, and I was so honored to say yes. This is being hosted every month by Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY, along with Christine Divine Designs. And today I am so honored to be part of this collaboration. I am going to be leaving the links directly to these talented creators down in my description box, along with a playlist. So don't forget to go ahead and visit them and give them a lots of love. Coming back to this project, I'm adding these little hooks right here because that's how I am going to be hanging it in the wall. And then these 2 picture frames, I'm going to center them, make sure that they are in the place that I feel that looks nice. And then I'm gonna turn them around and take 4 Jenga blocks, add plenty of hot glue, and then just glue them right here in the middle, because as you can see, these don't sit flat and I need surface to be able to glue them on that wood stick that we just painted in black. And I'm gonna do that to both of the frames. And this is so beautiful. I have this in one of my walls, and every time I pass by it, I look at it and I'm like, wow, that looks really nice. So all I'm doing, again, adding more hot glue to the Jenga blocks, and now I am placing them on the piece of wood, and this looks so classy. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section your thoughts. So I have 2 more of these remaining sticks. This was 1 piece, and I went to my little miter saw and I went and I cut it in half. And because this has splinters, I'm just gonna go ahead and sand off both of these corners, and I'm gonna do that to both of the sticks. And of course, I am gonna come back in with some white chalk paint just to refresh these 2 pieces of wood. I also have, from the bottom of my stash, these 2 triangle little wood boxes. They had a succulent in the inside, so I just go ahead and remove that, and then I painted the whole thing in white. Well, it was already in white. All I'm doing is refreshing it. Once I am done with that, then I'm gonna come in with some black chalk paint, and I'm going to be painting 2 of the outside walls. I'm gonna do that to both of them, and I will be giving it 2 coats to each. Once that is done, then we are gonna put this together. So I'm gonna take both of these flat pieces of wood, I'm gonna put them together just because I want to make sure that I'm going to be placing both of them on the same spot, because we want them exactly the same. So I took a pen and added a little mark on both of them, and then with some hot glue, I'm gonna go ahead and come in and I'm gonna be placing those triangles shapes right here, just as you see. And of course I'm gonna do that to both of them. And to be able to hang it on the wall, I have these little hooks. So I came with my drill, I created a little hole so like that it could be easier for me to place these little hooks right on top. And then that's how I am going to be placing it on the wall. And then this is it, my dear friends. Let me know what you think about this one. I hope you enjoy it.
My hands move with purpose today. There's something in the way I choose each piece.
For this next project, I took 2 shelves. This you could purchase at Dollar Tree. I had one that I already started another project. And then the second one, I removed all these jute cord off of here. I'm going to cover these holes with some liquid wood. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to give it 2 coats with white chalk paint. I'm going to do that to both of the boards. I also had these little wood boxes laying around in the bottom of my stash. I'm going to go ahead and paint the front, the back, and the bottom. I'm going to leave the 2 smaller size without painting because I'm going to be hot gluing it to the boards that we just painted, and I want to make sure that the glue will grab firmly. I also added this little sample. This is a floor sample from Home Depot. I'm gluing it right here for stability. And then I'm just gonna line up the boxes how I wanted them. And then with some of this emerald glue and hot glue, I'm gonna be gluing all of the pieces together. I haven't painted the boards in one section, and then once I glue everything together, then I came in with the white chalk paint and I went and I painted everything else. And then of course I'm gonna take the second board. I'm gonna do the same thing. Some emerald glue and some hot glue, and then I'm gonna go ahead and place the board on top of it, creating a nice little shelf for some of my acrylic paint. Once the second board was glued in place, then I finished it up by painting it with that white chalk paint. And then this is it, my dear friends. I hope you enjoy this simple project.
Making magic just for you. Oh, every piece of love silver wood beneath my fingertips.
I took 2 bamboo sticks, and with the black chalk paint, I went on and I painted both of these sticks. I also have this board. I'm going to be painting it with this melted chocolate acrylic paint. I'm going to be giving it only 1 coat. Once it's done, I came in with some white chalk paint and I heavily distressed it. I'm going to go ahead and help it dry up using my heat tool. And then those bamboo sticks, since they are dry, I'm going to cut them to that size of the board. And then with some hot glue, I'm going to be gluing them on all 4 corners. And my dear friends, I just want to remind you of the playlist. It is down in my description box. Please make sure to go ahead and visit these talented creators and give them a lots of love by subscribing, sharing, and liking to their channel, and also let them know that I send you. And if you are coming from one of their platforms, I am so honored that you decided to stop by. I hope you decide to stay for a while by subscribing to this channel. The bamboo sticks are all in place, and I came back with more chalk paint just to make sure that everything is nice and put together. And then I'm going to be adding some of this jute cord back here because this is going to go to the wall. I'm also going to be adding a little bit of Scotch tape just to make sure that this does not fall out. And then this black shelf, also from Dollar Tree, I'm going to be adding some of that all adhesive glue and some hot glue, and then that's going to be going on top of that little board that we just put together. Once I put that jute cord in the back section, I realized that that was not going to work out because this is pretty heavy. So what I did is I added 4 Jenga blocks in the back section. I drilled a little hole so like that I can put some hooks right here on the Jenga block. And then once that was put in place, then I would glue it to the back of that board, and that's how I'm going to be gluing it on the wall. I also added 2 in the bottom section just to make the frame firm. And this project is completed. Here is how it looks. I hope you enjoy it.
I'm crafting love in every line, making beauty yours and mine. Each creation tells you how you're the reason here and now. Feel the rhythm in my eye. You're the music in my heart.
For this next project, I took this dowel stick. This is left over from the bottom of my stash, and this I purchased it I don't know how long ago at the Dollar Tree. And I also found that piece of wood from in my garage. So I took out my little miter saw. I'm gonna go ahead and even this out. I'm gonna cut it to the size that I need. And then of course this block, I went and I sanded it really nice in my garage, took all the splinters out. I'm gonna go ahead and paint it with black acrylic paint. I'm gonna give it only one coat. And of course I'm trying to squeeze every bit of this chalk paint because this is the last of it. Once this wood block is completely painted and dry, I took a drill bit and I'm going to be making a hole right in the center because this wood dowel is gonna go right in that hole. I started painting the wood dowel, but then I realized that it's better if I go ahead and glue it wood on wood instead of painting it. So I stopped what I was doing. I took my hot glue and then I glue it to that leaf. And I also added a lot of that wood glue, put it in that little hole that we created, and then the wood dowel is gonna go right in there. And then I also have this gold marker. I'm going to go ahead and start tracing the wood block, and I will also do the same thing to the leaf. And then this will be it for this video, my dear friends. Let me know which one was your favorite project. I would love to hear your comments, and I will see you in my next video.
Thanks for stopping by and watching till the end. Hope you had fun. Come back again. Don't forget to like, subscribe. It's free. DIY with Aurea creativity.